That's reality, bro. Like, yo, for real, you trying to chase opportunity, but you don't even know which direction the opportunity is supposed to come from because you ain't sat down with yourself and figured out what you want out of life. Like, it's cool and all to say that, you know, you afraid of failure. You afraid to get it off the ground. But, bro, the alternative is I worked this job for 40 years for the rest of my life and I retire off nothing. Yeah. Like, that's your alternative. Like, for real. Like, you sat there and said, I don't want to put this out there because if I put it out there, then people might not like it. Yeah, that's very true. But then you have to understand that if I like it, there's fucking 8 billion people in the world, so obviously there's somebody else that's going to fucking like it.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me, not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack, and we got Alex, just Alex. We're going with just Alex.
Yeah,
just Alex.
I'll be just Alex today.
We got just Alex back in here again for another one. This is what? Second?
The second time you've been on.
Wait, has Herb been on at least one yet?
Herb has only been on the
party episode?
The party, yeah. The 1 year anniversary.
It's like 2.5 because I wasn't at the party, but I sent like a little video in to congratulate.
Yeah. Right, we'll give you that. 2.5.
All right, I'll take 2.5.
Got to get you.
Y'all go ahead and get this joint on the road. I'm gonna get these volumes right because y'all go ahead.
Oh, okay. We're gonna get you that little punch card like they used to do for Pizza Hut. Come in.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Hey, so look, time out. This has nothing to do with anything. But I swear to God, one day my parents said, "Hey, we will get you a personal cheese pizza from Pizza Hut." My grandma was watching me. You know how long I stayed up? All damn day. Until they got me that pizza. And it was this big. I don't know how old I was. It was small, however small the personal pizzas are. It seemed like it was this big. I
hope not.
I mean, as a grown person, it was, you know.
They were definitely a lot bigger back then, though.
I mean, they might have been.
Yeah, they were definitely.
They might have been. I don't know, but I remember like just staying up till like it seemed like forever.
Come on,
forever. I was so hungry. I didn't eat anything else like that pizza.
Yo, like first of all, like I got a question though. Like I used to always want those back in the day when I was a kid, bro. Like like just a Pizza Hut pizza in general, bro. Like because I always loved pizza, but for some reason, like my family always made things seem like they was way more expensive than they actually were, bro. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, what? Like I came into adulthood thinking that like food was just like
outrageous.
Like food, like yo, you had to be rich to buy food. Like, cause my mom was like this, the typical stereotypical parent. Like, yo, we got that at home. Like, we got food at home. Like, yo, she was like that. Like, so I always came into adulthood thinking that like a pizza costs like $500, bro. Like,
oh man,
Jesus. That would be
I don't know.
Worst. That's the horrible way to live.
Yeah, bro. So like, obviously, when I became an adult and like started working at Hardee's, like I was like, yo, this really ain't that deep, bro. It really ain't that deep.
Yeah. All right, so I don't really know how to slide into the topic.
We don't need to slide into the topic, bro. I got to boss the false right quick. Bro.
Oh, all right.
So like for real. I kind of referenced it on a few episodes before that your boy kind of getting jiggly. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there. Get a little extra fluff, and everybody's starting to notice the extra fluff. And it's happy weight. I just want to go ahead and put that out there. Just being in a nice loving relationship stable, where you're stable, right? Definitely. Where one of your biggest your favorite pastimes is to eat your favorite food and get a little grind in on the books and whatnot. Yeah. But all right. So like with that being said, I decided that at some point it's time to get on the ball and start hitting the gym again and eat a little healthier. And stop with the junk food and all that other whatnot. Right. So recently, Alyssa and I, we decided we were going to go to the gym 3 days a week. Okay. We said that we're gonna have one cheat day every week.
What day is that?
Just one cheat Friday.
Oh, okay. That's a good day.
Yeah. So we're gonna have one cheat day every week, and we're gonna stay away from junk food or try do our best to stay away from junk food.
What qualifies as junk food?
Anything with a lot of sugar and a whole bunch of dead carbs, like just empty calories.
That is no fun at all. But okay.
Exactly, it's absolutely no fun. Like no chips, no sodas, no like a whole bunch of sauces, like none of that. Just air. Like it literally just air. And probably rice cakes. We got some. They sell them till you stale. But so we got this young lady at work who she prides herself as a mean baker.
Okay.
A mean baker. Shout out to Nikki Von Richter. One of our buildings, she's she's pretty much a pastry chef, man. Like real talk. She's like she had she came with the cheesecake joints at the housewarming party. Remember? You don't remember? All right, moving on.
Okay. I know you're talking about one with the dogs.
Yeah. She does a lot of random ass baking, bringing them to work and whatnot. And she know I love carrot cake and peanut butter. And so I seen her, and she just randomly gives me these big ass chocolate chip cookies and a freezer bag.
No. You got it still?
Nah, bro, I ate them joints, bro. I crushed them joints, bro. The freezer, a freezer bag, bro. The cookie was the size of the bag.
Oh, she made one of them joints.
And the joint,
made it in the
bro.
bag.
The joint. She gave me 2 of them joints.
Oh no.
And I'm like, yo, what? And then I bit into it, bro. Tell me why I got peanut butter in it, bro. Tell me why I got a whole peanut butter cup in it.
How much do I need to pay?
Bro, I do not know. She I just end up with these joints, and I told her, I'm like, look, man. And she was like, yeah, I gave your girlfriend one, and she loved them, and I'm like, look, I understand all that. I love your cooking, love your baking, but I can't have this.
Hey, man, look, in the event that you can't eat them in the future, just give it to me.
I will keep that in mind.
Please, sir.
I will keep that in mind, Alex.
That sounds
fantastic. So the problem came in where I'm talking to her and I'm like, look, we can't have these. I love your cooking, love your food, love your baking, whatnot, but it gotta stop. and she was like, well, I gave some to your girlfriend already, and I'm like, look. Just tell her no next time. And then she said you would say that. Oh, wow. So she told me to ignore you. Here's some cookies. So boss or false that Alyssa Brittany Ramirez is out here just telling folks to just ignore our whole hookup and just go ahead and eat the junk food while we trying to lose weight.
I don't.
It would be a false move on the contents.
Might go in the other direction. Cookies are fantastic. Go ahead.
That it's cheating on something you established. It's going against that, but that's a false move. That's false.
It could be a boss move because it takes. So here's the thing, right? You got the cookie, but you don't got to eat it the day she give it to you. You can save it for that cheat day. You could.
But who's gonna do that though? I mean, I don't eat chocolate, but
facts.
Pastries lose their freshness over time, bro. I don't know. That's true. She gave them joints to me on a Monday, dog.
Put it in Monday.
Yeah, she gave them to me on a Monday, bro. They won't go. They won't.
Damn. Damn. Well, I guess it's a pause move. We can move on. That's so sad. That's so sad.
So it's a false move, bro. Yeah, definitely. All right. So Mark, you can go ahead and do your thing. I'm done. It's definitely a false move, bro. My feelings were hurt, man.
Mine are too. I didn't have no cookie.
My feelings were hurt. I ate them joints in shame, dog. Just a little tear. Yeah. Just I ate them joints in shame, bro. I hit that center boy. I was like, oh, it got the peanut butter in it. So But yeah, she just said straight up, ignore him, bring him anyway.
Got teardrops on his cookies. That is horrible.
Oh man, make them moist. So, but that's interesting because like, you know, you and Alyssa are pretty close, and you can say that she knows you very well. She knows your
that's a positive spin on that.
Yeah, you know, she knows her man, his personality and his thought process on things, and it's like, how do you get to a point to like share yourself with someone, but like also know yourself that you know they can accept it?
That I don't know. Some people that comes real naturally.
That is true.
Like you can be with somebody for a day and be on that level.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh.
Yeah, and some people they with
time.
people for like ages and they still don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, but it's allowing yourself to be open.
Right.
You know,
right.
you got to be open to that.
You gotta want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I made a real valiant effort to understand who she was like at the beginning of our relationship, because I ain't necessarily have a relationship prior to that where that was even an option.
Right.
Because it started off on a lie, so it wasn't even there. Like the option wasn't even there.
Right. So I mean, yeah, which I kind of guess segues into what I wanted to come on and talk to y'all about. Opportunity, right? Like it's always there if you are open to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the backstory on why I came up with this topic for the show was basically I had went to it was called the Marching Elites. It's like this girl. Well, it's a child like dance group basically, and my girlfriend was trying to enroll her daughter into it.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? Okay, I'm cool with this, but why am I going? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I need to be here for this.
It's like I'm not the right target audience for this.
Not at all, right? But so we get there and we're sitting around, and I'm kind of like, okay, cool. We waiting for about 20 minutes. I was like, okay, like I'm kind of like antsy about it,
Right?
But then I'm thinking to myself like, oh god, it's a stage there. They're gonna make the perform before we even get on there. They didn't. The CEO guy comes out talking. His name is Mr. Cooper. He comes on and talks about how he was just trying to keep kids off the street. He'd been doing it for 26 years, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, okay, you sold me. You know what I'm saying? And so we go outside. He had like a moment to himself. I was like, hey, do you want to come on my show? I got a podcast too. You want to come and talk about keeping kids off the street? It might lead up to performing in Richmond. You know what I'm saying? Because they go to NBA games and perform. So it's like real interesting to me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I can open up a door for him, and that may save somebody in Richmond. You never know.
Right.
Or wherever. So
where we going with this, fellas?
So like with that, like how did he know that you had a podcast?
I told him. I literally walked up to him and told him. I was like, "Hey, do you got a minute? Can I talk to you?" I felt like a groupie because I had to wait for like behind a line of people to talk to him. I was really annoyed about that part, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put my ego to the side because it's for the greater good.
We talked about that recently,
and but it was a little bit for me. I was like, but yeah, I had to do it.
Sometimes you gotta sit in the line for a minute and wait your turn. Yeah, man, that's pretty awesome. Like and networking at its finest. So, like, kudos to that. Because some people be like on that ego stuff hard. They like, yo, I ain't about to go bother my man. I'm about to make all kind of excuses to keep from going over there and ask him questions. And like, yo, you never know what, like, you get in a situation like that, start asking questions. You never know what you might learn in a situation like that.
The worst he can say is no.
Right,
you can say hell no, and that'd be rude. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he just say yeah. Just call me when you get an opportunity. I was like, bet.
Facts. So you gonna have him on the show?
We gonna try to.
Oh fuck yeah, bro.
We gonna try to.
Fuck yeah. I think it's high time for us to start doing that too on this show, man. I've been kind of reluctant to having guests on because like I'm like I mean, granted we had some guests on before, but there's been some weird situations happen with some of our previous.
They didn't fit the niche that we didn't establish.
Well, it was only one
at that time. Really? And me and lost words. It was a couple of them. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Be honest now.
I may have a guest for y'all. I may have to come back on with her because it's my aunt.
Okay,
but she manages money.
I've been trying to get Marcus on too, like because she does real estate investing too. So.
Yeah, that would be great.
And she a lawyer or something?
Lawyer, yeah.
Like
retired lawyer.
Yeah, like definitely but it ain't happened yet. We'll see. We'll see, man. I want to try to understand. Like, I need y'all help understanding this. Like, we come across a lot of people on a day-to-day basis who they don't understand what opportunity is, even if it came and like drop kicked them in the face. Like I was talking to a dude who like he had a certain skill. And the skill isn't important, but he got a certain skill. Having this conversation, and the only thing this kid wants to talk about is complaining about our vanilla. And I'm just like, why is this happening? why are we doing this? Like, yo, let's talk about that. I don't care about that. Let's talk about this right quick. Like, I'm like, I understand that you don't like this, but what I'm trying to show you is that there is something outside of this that if you paid attention to, you might actually learn that you can do that because that's what you're passionate about. And it could get you out of this in the future if you do it right. So I want to know, how is it that people like they fall into a situation where the opportunity is right there? Like, it's literally flying in front of you and you just completely look it over and walk away.
Marcus, when you want to go?
So it could be the perspective of how they see it. So two things. One, it could be like, they downplay themselves or, their hobby or something that they're great in. I'm a little guilty of that. It might just come so natural to them that like they don't put too much effort into their hobby. But it just comes second nature. Like if they actually sat down, put their time into it, something they love. And then it could be on the other hand, like they've seen somebody else do it and like they got a lot more, I guess like publicity or like a lot more, what's the word?
Resources put into it? Investment put into it? Like
they have a lot more like finances or help with it or something that they don't have. I seen recently on Reddit that some dude, he was doing costumes for cons. He does them so well that he actually got like noticed that one of the cons actually asked him for help, and he was like, other people, usually they'll buy something like off Amazon or they'll beg for help or something and they'll get it like right away. But like these people are, they have kids, they have families, they're always going on vacations, but somehow when they ask for help, they get it right away. But he's like, with his costumes, he's been having to like give them out for free or whatever. People are like kind of shorting them on, like, paying for the costumes or the help to make something of their own or something. And he was like, he felt real cheated out of his hobby like that. And, a lot of people were, I even got in the comments and told him like, yo, keep your head up, keep going. At least your stuff is getting out there.
True.
Somewhere down the line, the right person might come and see it. I was like, make sure you make a funnel system. So like whatever you put out there is connected to your name somewhere.
Yeah.
You got to stitch your name in there somewhere, do that.
Yeah. Well, you got to pay dues. Like, unfortunately, you got to pay dues. That's one thing. But I think people don't want to fail at their dream, or what they are passionate about, because it's like, if I fail at Amazon, or if I worked at Amazon, or if I worked at Walmart or whatever, like, I'm stocking shelves.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough to fail. And if I do fail, they're not going to really, I can go flip burgers and McDonald's. I can go find another job like this.
Yeah.
But my dream, my passion, like, that's a one-on-one almost. Because like I can only, we were created with a purpose, and if I quote unquote fail at my purpose, not that I can find another purpose. Most people don't think about it like that. But if the purpose that I intended for myself, if I fail at it, then like I'm letting myself down.
I feel that.
I'm letting people down who, or I'm proving people right that said, "Oh, you couldn't do that."
Damn.
You know what I mean?
But like hearing you say that, like I'm just like, yo, am I in the wrong for not feeling like that?
I mean, no, because everybody has their own personal battles.
It's like literally everybody, and that, you're right, like that, like they don't want the failures to they don't want to feel the failure. They don't want to feel the pain of rejection, or they don't want to feel the pain of doing something, and like it just go completely sour in the first attempt. Like nobody wants that. But like I feel like, yo, for real, I'm like, yo, let's go ahead and make it happen. Let's fail. Like go ahead and fail. And like I don't know if you like if you're aware of it, but like I've had a few failures in my writing career already.
Oh really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking like some big failures. like there's some errors in the first book that completely changes the direction of the book. And if you didn't look past it, and you ain't a human with common sense, and you could just correct it in your own mind and just keep going, like, yo, it could completely change it could completely derail the entire story. And I'm like, yo, all right, I'm just gonna go back and fix it and just re-upload it.
But then there's a version where you can make an alternate universe. Opportunity. All right, it just blew my mind just now. He just gave me an idea. What if?
He just gave me
literally what if is.
He just gave me an idea.
You push this person out of the way, and they were supposed to die. You change everything.
Oh, that's dope. All right.
I watched the second episode of that by accident. It was good though. I was like, what?
But yeah, but like that, it brings me to a situation that I just recently had where I was at a convention recently. I told the story already, but I was at a convention recently and I met another author. And I saw this guy's joint. Like his setup was amazing. He had the stand riser joints with like it was lined with books, and I'm like looking at it and I'm like, yo, that's a lot. Like I want to know more about this guy. And I looked him up on Amazon and saw that he had a few bestseller books on Amazon. And I'm like, all right, that's what's up. Let me go holler at him real quick. So I went to go talk to him, and I ain't really the person that be networking at the conventions. Like I'm like stand at my table, let me make the sale kind of dude, right?
Right.
Let me meet these people because these are going to be my new friends pretty much. And I just took a minute to leave the table and go around just looking around, and I saw him, and I'm like, all right, cool. Looked him up on Amazon. I was like, all right, cool. Let me ask him a question real quick. So I went and talked to him. And found out that he'd been writing for 20 years. His story kind of sounded like mine. He was sitting on some ideas for a little while, and he was like, all right, cool, let me go ahead and submit these. Let me go ahead and put some out. He found out that he actually published like 5 books with big publishing houses, and he decided that he wanted to do self-publishing. But I mean, none of that is really relevant with part to the story. But after I had that conversation, I opened up a channel for him to just be like, all right, this is somebody I know now. I actually know this person by name. All right, cool. Came back the next day, bro. The dude came to my table and presented me with an opportunity. Now, the opportunity wasn't like this big grand thing that's going to get me and like it like put me down in history. Like you ain't about to hear like AJ McMullen's name go down in history because of this opportunity, but it's an opportunity that could advance my career to another level.
Okay.
And I'm not going to talk about what that opportunity is yet because it hasn't necessarily panned out. But when he was presenting it to me, the only thing I saw was, bruh, you are higher than I am right now, and you are at a level that I want to be at.
Right.
You are doing this full time,
right,
and this is your job.
Right.
I got to go back to a vanilla tomorrow. So I'm like, yo, whatever you want me to do, let me do it. My man started talking about payment, and I'm like, hey, you don't need to talk about that here. We don't need to go there, bro. I don't even need that. Whatever you need, just tell me, and I will do it, bro. Like really, like I was like on that mode. Like I was like, yo, I know who you are. Like I've seen your stuff. Like I've looked you up, bro. Like just tell me what you need, and I got you. Like and I noticed like most people in that situation, because he said like 1 cent per word was what he was willing to pay. and we talking like a 3,000 word short story. Mm-hmm. He said 1 cent per word. If you calculate that, it's not that much money. You talking about royalties from 1 cent per word, bro? It's not that much money. So most people will look at that and be like, "Yo, you want me to do what for how much?" I ain't doing that. Mm-hmm. I ain't doing that. Like, yo, it's like, okay, I can't get paid from this. I can't get no satisfaction from this right now. So why would I do that? And that's the opportunity that most people miss. It's like most of y'all like come across situations just like that, but because you get in your feelings about certain things, you get in the moment, you get in your feelings about certain things, you ain't getting the satisfaction from that situation in that moment. You just automatically just turn your tail up and you like turn your nose up and you just walk away.
A lot of times with that, the three big things in that is motive, incentive, and pride. A lot of people, their pride gets in the way. Yep. Because they believe, it's nothing wrong with believing like this, but just kind of humble yourself in the process. They believe that they have this $1 million idea, this $1 million gift to the world, but you get hung up because you got to start from the bottom. And the payment is going to start out small. Sometimes you have to do it for free. Sometimes you have to learn this in your spare time, and that's where the motive and incentive comes in. They don't have the drive to kind of get over the hump that, all right, if I start this, at the beginning, I'm not going to make a whole lot of money. Right. It's probably going to be like chump change here. I might need to get a little, donations here. Right. But it's not going to come back to you as soon as people think, and those three things right there, that's where people get hung up. Some people don't even start because of those three things.
That's true.
That is so true.
Well, no, I was just going to say, like, with the opportunity, like, just because you have the opportunity, you have to commit. Like, once you take that first step, you got to take that second one to follow it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's rewarding faith that people place in you, right? Like, that guy saw something in you, so regardless of what he was offering, you just accepting is just rewarding him, saying, okay, I believe in him, he's taking my offer. Because you could have been like, nah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And like throwing the monkey wrench up in there, like, I didn't expect to have excuse me, I didn't expect to have some of the success that I've had coming into this. Right. Like, I've had a little bit of success, and I definitely did way more than I expected to do on the first convention. Some people would take that and just be like, all right, yep, I'm the best. I'm the best ever. I can do this. I can make this much money. If I take this much product, and then they have unrealistic expectations on what the opportunity is supposed to bring. So once their unrealistic expectations get completely ruptured, all of a sudden they revert back. And it's like, all right, this ain't working. Let me go ahead and switch it up real quick.
Well, self-sabotage is a thing too. Some people literally, do too much early on, knowing that they're not going to be able to live up to those expectations, so they can say, oh, well, damn, it didn't work. I guess I won't have to do this no more. You know what I'm saying? And
I can relate to that, because I'm definitely that person that's like, let's start big. Like, aim for the stars. Let's go. I'm like last year when we first started the podcast, or what year was that? 2019. When we first started the podcast, I was like, all right, let's do 10,000 hours of online free online content.
Sir.
10,000 hours. That's fucking ridiculous, right?
Shit.
Then I was like 1,000. Then I realized that, we were barely breaking 50 hours a week. And I was like, all right, yeah, this ain't going to work like I think it is.
Nah, man.
But back in the day, I realized, like, I would let that discourage me back in the day. But through growth and seeing things in a different light, I realize now that I'm a lot better at channeling that to actually restructure the goal and make it fit into my lifestyle, if that make any sense.
They do.
Because it's like it wasn't obviously you work 40 hours a week, you damn sure ain't about to do 1,000 hours of content in a year. Like, that's just not going to happen. But at the same time, it's like maybe the 1,000 hours or trying to do the 1,000 hours brought you into an opportunity that you didn't even know you were going to get before you even started.
Facts.
But because you didn't quit, Yeah. So
I just started laughing. I was like, you start making TikTok videos at your job like other people do.
That's
God.
true. So Will Smith had an interview recently, and there's something they mentioned in the interview about ambition being a lonely road. And like when you were talking, that's what it sounded like, right? Like, because you can be ambitious, but you can't make everybody around you ambitious as you are.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like you can have that goal, but you got to kind of, like you said, you got to kind of tailor fit it, or at least fit it to where the majority of the people in your life are cool with what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like your version of it may look different from your girlfriend's or Marcus's, but it may not be. They may have a shared goal, but it just may have a different path to the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we definitely went through that with our team on on a lot of different levels. Just based off of what my goal was for the entire company, and like what everybody else was trying to do. Like it was just like there was a disconnect because I couldn't convey the vision as good as I thought I could.
Right.
So it led me to understand that you might not be explaining what you want this to be as good as you think you are. So you might need to go into the lab and really work on what you want, like how to convey the vision, because it's in your head, and it's good to know that it's in your head and you got it and you are locked in on that. But at the same time, if you're not explaining it correctly to everybody else, then you can't get them to lock in on it at all because they don't understand it.
Right.
So yeah, that.
And like sometimes it just takes finding like-minded individuals, because sometimes the tribe you're with is for personal life. Sometimes the tribe you're with is for work. Sometimes it's, you know what I mean? It's nice being able to mix both, but sometimes you can't mix both.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the people that you just surviving until 5:30 with, they not necessarily gonna be the people that you gonna be in your business with, like. Which
is partly true, because I met a few people at the Vanilla who, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, hell, we sitting at this table right now.
Yeah.
We connect more outside of work than we do at work, but that's. Some people got unrealistic expectations on what a relationship is supposed to be, and they think that just because they're friends at work, this person go off into another job, they just going to automatically just be best friends for the rest of their life. I'm like, no, you not. Get the fuck out of here. No, you not.
It's sad, but yeah.
Yeah.
So like with like the word opportunity, or the mindset of like opportunities, how could we like get people to understand that, like you said, it is a bumpy road. It's gonna come with setbacks. How can we solidify that it still needs to be done? If you want to further yourself, get that hobby off the ground and start actually making something of it, how can we convey to people that like that opportunity needs to?
Because what's the alternative, right? Like, it's going somewhere you don't like anyway. Because like you could be broke and doing what you love, or rich hating whatever the fuck you're doing.
Bruh. Bruh, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how many millionaires commit suicide?
Dang.
Exactly.
How many people broke, no money, loving their life? You go to like a, and I hate to say it like this, but third world country, they fish all day, they love their life. They go to they see their family, they love it.
That's true.
Facts.
That's
no
true.
money, or just enough money to make it through the day or what have you.
Or you got people like, yo, fuck this day-to-day living, fuck this job, fuck this life, yo. I'm about to go off the grid for a little bit because that's gonna make me happy.
Yeah.
And for real, like with what you said just now, like that's reality, bro. Like, yo, for real, you trying to chase opportunity, but you don't even know which direction the opportunity is supposed to come from because you ain't sat down with yourself and figured out what you want out of life. Like, it's cool and all to say that you afraid of failure, you afraid to get it off the ground, but bro, the alternative is I worked this job for 40 years for the rest of my life and I retire off nothing.
Yeah.
Like, that's your alternative. Like, for real, like you sat there and said, I don't want to put this out there because if I put it out there, then people might not like it. Yeah, that's very true. But then you have to understand that if I like it, There's fucking 8 billion people in the world, so obviously there's somebody else that's going to fucking like it. Like it's not rocket science. You just got to figure out how to put it out there in a way that the people who are going to like it is going to receive it the way that you received it when the idea hit you, and it was like a light bulb when it hit you. You can shine that light bulb into other places.
Well, you may see and it's not even a thing because you may not even see that in your lifetime. How many artists have died before they even got it recognized?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? But it's putting it out there. It's just putting it out there and not dying with the regret of not doing it.
That's it.
Because you could live forever and being like, I'll do it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You could live off that forever and not get shit done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Be an old person. And by the way, when you're old, doesn't mean you got to stop or that the dream's over. It just means you're old.
Oh yeah, because most people do feel like that. Like I'm too old to do certain things. I'm like, yo, no, you're not. Like
you still got breath.
You still living. Like, yo, wait.
Stan Lee was doing cameos in Harry died, and still was doing.
In fact, like in Harry Schultz, like the dude that started Starbucks, he didn't start Starbucks until he was in his 60s, bro.
Yeah.
Like he got denied by what 70 plus banks. 70. 70. He could have looked at every opportunity that came his way and was like, "Up, nope." Like I am jaded. Like for real, I do not care anymore. Like it's not going to happen. Bruh, there's so many things that could happen in your life that all you had to do is just be there and be open to the opportunity. Yeah. It's not even you ain't had to do nothing. You could just stand there and just be like, yo, somebody can have a random conversation about something that you just might be interested in. Like me and Mark started doing a podcast because we just happened to be around the same people talking about something that might be cool. It just might be cool. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, 2 months later, the Dirty Trump podcast starts its first episode.
Do you know how, I don't know if I can show this on camera, but you know how many conversations and friends I done made off of this Marvel tattoo?
I bet.
You know what I mean?
I bet.
Like, I'm pretty sure, like, it's how me and Mark started talking.
I think so. So
he told that story on the podcast, by the
way. Opportunities. So, like, even if it doesn't come to you, you can go out and get it. Like, don't let the title of I'm too poor to do this, put in little extra shifts. My homeboy, he started a business, because he got his LLC now.
That's good.
And he asked me recently because he was like, you have a entrepreneur mindset. Our other friends, they would have been like, it's $100. That's don't do it. I told the story before. I think okay. Yeah. So they wanted to know if they should take this class to, start their business. The lady that was hosting it, I think she was getting people to basically like start the process, and I think she's either taking them all the way or just getting them halfway and then letting them do their own thing. And the class was $100, and he was like, should he go for it?
Which ain't nothing, by the way.
In the grand scheme, yeah.
So and that's what I told him. I was like, look at the end goal. Even if it's stuff you've already known from like Google or YouTube or whatever, go there, find someone, network. Get all the information you can from the teacher, your classmates. See what they're doing. See if they have like just any type of input to do things differently or the same way or whatever. Just go out there and network. The possibilities are endless, the opportunities are endless if you put yourself out there.
That's true. But I mean, but that's a very positive mindset to have in a world that is not always positive.
Yeah.
And you're fighting against the tide if that's your outlook, because most people don't have that outlook.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of. It's easier to complain. It's probably less energy and time consuming to complain because everybody else is doing it. You can just feed off what the crowd is saying. But to go your own path and to be open to opportunities, it separates you, which has its consequences because people are like, how did he get here? Why can he just do such and such and such? Why does he don't have to do such and such and such? Which I'm talking a little bit about a vanilla job, but I'm also speaking about just life though, because people do wonder like how folks get those roles. It's just. I showed up. I happened to ask this guy a question. This guy happened to be a CEO of this company. He liked my question. He liked how we talked. That happens. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it is who you know.
Yeah.
And then it's crazy because, some people, they can just, follow the rules. And then when they succeed at their task, it's, y'all were lucky.
Wow. I mean,
I hate that word. It's official. I hate that word, bro.
yeah.
It is official. Because it's it's real lucky that I had to get up earlier than you and grind harder than you to get what I got. And then all of a sudden, it fell into my lap when because you perceived it the way you did. Like,
I mean, it was real lucky, when I had to do work for two people. That was real lucky. That was a whole lot of luck that day. I was like, I said we weren't going to do this.
We
thing,
not going to do that.
I had to get that in there because I swear to God, that's a whole lot of luck. I felt so lucky when I got home and my back was like, nigga, you was one lucky motherfucker, huh?
It comes with the territory because it's like I don't know why we or people in general. I mean,
look, man, not to cut you off, but like I got broad shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Superman's my favorite hero. I get it. No, straight up, facts. No. Hear me out. Like these like tattoos I got of Superman and all this shit. Like it's a cape, man. It's a cape. Like I put the cape on. I got to turn up and be that guy. And like it's expected of me to be that guy. And like it's okay because everybody can't be that person.
I mean, I guess, but Superman also has to be Clark Kent sometimes too.
That's a choice.
That is a choice. If you watch Superman and Lois, it makes it very, very obvious that it's a choice. I'm like, bro, you could be the man all the time, 24/7. He decided he wanted a normal life, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Microcosm for what we trying to talk about right here.
Exactly.
But I respect the fact that Clark Kent is Clark Kent. You know what I'm saying? Because it does give him a sense of it, but I mean, it gives him balance. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because I was about to just hit Batman upside the head with the fact that he's always Batman, even when he's Bruce Wayne.
Oh god.
We're not about to get super into it, but I just wanted to put that on Marcus because Marcus is a Batman fan.
Anyway, I was gonna say why people have like this crab in the bucket mentality.
Yes.
When they see someone succeed, they want to either like pull the rug up under them or just like keep them at the bottom instead of like hosting them up so they can get out the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Scarcity, man.
But
it's not enough. It's not enough buckets for everybody to be bucketed in.
That's true, but that's why you need to get out the bucket. But where was I going?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to derail this whole thing now.
Crab in the bucket mentality.
Yes, crab in the bucket. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's gonna happen. So I would say like, don't feed into that. You're always gonna have those people that just the reason you're doing better than them is some God-given reason, and it's always woe is them. But it's really just you took time out, you did what you needed to do, study, learn something, ask questions, and that's all it is. It's you putting yourself or you setting yourself aside from the crabs in the bucket, and for some reason they just come along and be like, oh, he's nothing special, why is he getting this much praise? But it's literally, like I said, you just set yourself aside.
It's like doing the work. That's all.
That's all it is, bro.
You can't run from the work. You can't run. The only way is through, bro. Like there's no running. You can run around it, but you're gonna come right back to the line. So I don't know why people just don't go in the straightest path possible and just do the work.
Just do it. Just fall right into it. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be challenging. It's gonna make you think. It's gonna break you outside of your comfort zone. But
it's gonna make you better though.
That's the point. If it breaks you outside of your comfort zone, then you're a little bit better than you were the day before before you even started to work in general.
You were saying about you had to get back in the gym and stuff like that. Muscles can't grow if there ain't no stress to them.
Facts.
Michelle would be proud of that one.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of one of my counterparts, man. He just my man is like convinced that I am I'm trying to like hold him back in some way. I don't understand how it even happened, bro. Like I don't even talk about this dude. we need to talk about this dude outside of the conversations I have with this dude. Like, it's like I'm like, you're not even a relevant factor right now. Like, but you know, we're not gonna go there.
So that was my worst fear when there was a lot of there was a lot of similar hued PAs is the way I put it. That was my fear, because there's always one that feels like that, and I didn't know who it was gonna be, but it's always one.
And it's crazy. The person I thought it was gonna be ain't even the person that I have a issue with.
Yeah,
that's the most insane part. I'm like, yo, I get along with this person better than I get along with it. I'm like, yo, that was not expected at all.
Well, that person did a face turn, but.
Oh, real big one.
Yeah. All right. So I ain't the only one that noticed it, right?
Yeah, I don't know when it occurred. I'm glad it occurred.
I don't know how it happened. I don't know when it happened.
I think it was because it's some serious medical issues.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, I think it's and it might have put the fear of the big one up there.
The holy one.
It might have.
Karma.
Yeah. So, but a face turn, a much warranted and much needed face turn.
Yeah,
at
man.
a timely manner. I'm glad.
Perfect manner. Oh my god.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
I'm not even about to go. I'll talk about that after the podcast.
Cause it's true though.
It is. And we could use that.
Facts.
That person we're talking about, she could have easily, took that opportunity to be like 10 times worse.
I was gonna say even worse.
Yeah, and I definitely know some people
and luckily we know a couple of people in our personal lives that they were presented with the opportunity to have an easy out, to quit. We've talked about this person on the podcast before. They saw that they could have, I guess, I don't know if she was going to be bedridden or anything like that, or had a disability, but they had the opportunity to take the easy road, and they chose, all right, this is what I need to work on.
Talking about Michelle?
Yeah. They could have, like I said, took the easy road, but they chose to do the work to fix themselves. Hopefully the one we were talking about first, hopefully she is putting in work to better her life, turn a new leaf, and do what she needs to do to I don't know exactly what's wrong, but
yeah, I don't want to speak out of turn on that, but I just know she has been incredibly wonderful to deal with, actually.
Talk to too, making jokes. I was
like, like, it's clear. I don't even care about the jokes and being friendly. Just give me clear communication when we're trying to get stuff done, and I will do whatever you need me to do. You know what I'm saying? That's all I've ever wanted at work. Just give me clear communication.
I'll try.
No, you're pretty good about it. You're pretty good about it. I will say that.
Man. All right. We are coming up on our time. So how do we want to wrap this thing up, man? I know there's a lot of people out there who's like, I hear what y'all saying, but this life I'm living right now, this 9 to 5, this current 9 to 5 thing that I'm doing, I'm bouncing from job to job, just living check to check. I don't necessarily know how to see opportunity when it comes to me. So, like, how do I notice that opportunity when it comes?
That's a good question. You got to sit with yourself. Whenever you do get time, you got to think about what you love to do when nobody's around, when the phones are off, or when the phone is on, but you got free time. Like, what are you reading about? What are you scrolling on Instagram? What is your discovery page showing you? Because, like, a lot of times that stuff tells you. You know what I'm saying? If you're into comic books, if you're into movies, if you're into fashion, like, if you want to be a model, like, all of those things kind of pop up and let you know, like, this is what you're really into. So sit with that, what you're into, and just look up, like, how did Jay-Z get into it? How did such and such do what they did? And trying to figure out how can you do that from where you are now. The best way to do it. If you know anybody who's doing what you're doing, that's a way to do it too. See how they did it.
I was gonna say, like, on top of that, or kind of similar to that, just live your life
for sure.
Whatever makes you happy, or whatever comes natural to it, just do that. If you want to travel, set money aside, budget, figure out how to work in actual living in your 9 to 5. Like with the budget thing, stop going to fast food. What?
It's a living in your 9 to 5.
Yeah, living. Like incorporate living in your 9 to 5.
Oh, okay. All right.
So like living in the spot.
Whew, I was like, all right, what?
God.
What?
That's some movie.
Not like actual going to your job and
superstore.
living in.
No, I'm talking about. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Marcus. We didn't interrupt you. What's the name of the movie? Sorry to bother you.
Oh,
yeah. But that
still
movie.
haven't seen that, bro.
Oh, you
Man,
will hate the Vanilla Job. Watch it. Watch it when you get a chance. You will hate the Vanilla Job so much.
Oh man,
but it makes so much sense though. But the end it was poof.
Yeah, it's wild. But yeah, it's gonna make you so mad.
Live your life. Do what makes you happy. Just get out there and explore the world. Explore yourself. It's a journey. That's what opportunity is. It's a journey. It's a process.
Yep. It's opening the door. I think it's opening the door to the process.
It's only available on Hulu. Oh, we got it on Prime. All right, cool. Dope. I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah, bro.
We've been saying we're gonna watch that movie for since it came out. Actually,
it is a living anime, and then it takes a weird turn. Am I wrong? No.
A living anime?
Yeah, there is very much anime influence in that movie. Like, watch it again. Here's that cut thing. That's the one. That's the Afro Samurai joint.
Stop. Okay. I guess
like
number one headband.
Man.
Yeah, it's an anime, dog. And then it take a weird turn. Actually, it's still anime, really.
Yeah, because that thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. It's just a real life black ass anime.
Is it narcissistic to answer your own question that you asked? Like, I don't know. I want to get in there.
No.
Okay. We are on a podcast, and that's like what we're here to talk about. I just didn't know because I was like, I asked the question, but I'm like, I don't know if it's right for me to just go in on that joint because I was thinking about something, but like we talked about it before, and the how do I see the opportunity? It's like, what do you want with your life? And Alex just said that you got to sit down with yourself and understand yourself.
Yeah,
like. If you never get the opportunity to understand yourself, then you don't even know what you want to even see what the opportunity is. You don't know which direction to find it in. You don't know what it looks like. You don't know how big it's going to be. You don't know how small it's going to be. You don't even know who is the right person, the right type of person that's even going to offer you the opportunity. Because if you don't know yourself, then you might find out that you are hanging around the wrong people to even be in your life in the first place. Mm-hmm. A lot of things can come out of just understanding who you are. A year ago, I decided that it was time for the people on the Dirty Trump podcast to do disc assessments. And what that allowed us to do was it allowed me personally to figure out that I wasn't the person who I thought I was. It helped me understand that I wasn't the person who needed to do some of the things that I was trying to do. Mm-hmm. And it helped me understand the people that were around me, how it helped me understand the how to engage with them and how to do things that would like help me understand how to not piss them off and show a fewer or lesser words. And when that happened, and I don't know if it worked for anybody else. We never talked about it. We didn't even go back into talking about the disc assessment after we did it. But what ended up happening for me was that I understood myself a little bit more and a little bit deeper, a little bit more intimate. And then that is what opened the door for me to start doing some of the things that I have done recently and helped me plan to do some of the things that I know that are coming in the future. So I would say I would sit back and understand myself. And if you already have something that you're passionate about, if you already have something that you're passionate about, that makes it all the more easier to move forward with just that alone. Mm-hmm. So that's my take on it.
That's a pretty good one. Solid.
What?
So we are going to wrap it up. We got anything coming up? Anything with
Her Absurdity episodes are dropping now on Fridays for the audio. Video is on Mondays, so you can check us out on YouTube at Her Absurdity Podcast.
Have we talked about the next project? The one
no,
that
we
be
haven't.
doing tomorrow?
No, we haven't. We're not ready for that.
Yet?
We're not ready.
All right,
for
cool.
That. But we got stuff in the works. We do have stuff in the works. Ascension Media, you know what I'm saying, does have some things in the works. I can say that much.
But yeah, Yes,
I was. You said something about tomorrow. I was like, what?
We can clue you in when we.
Yeah,
we'll
talk. Yeah, he'll tell you about that. Do I have anything coming up? Yeah, the middle of February we got 2 conventions coming up. Middle and the end of February. We have Baltimore Comic Con. You can catch us there on the 17th.
Are you going to NYC?
I wanted to get in NYC, dude. You know, I got put on the waiting list. We are going next year, though.
Okay.
We are definitely going next year.
Okay.
I don't remember those dates. So I'll probably put those in the show notes. I know the 22nd through the 23rd for the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, or whatever that weekend is. That's that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I will be in Baltimore for Baltimore Comic Con, and that following weekend we will be in Hampton for Hampton Comic Con.
Nice.
So there just has a lot of editing going on for the book. All of the fun things that your boy Caleb introduced to me as far as like the story goes for book 1. So we'll be doing like relaunching book 1 and book 2. So yeah, those are all the things I got going on.
Okay, word. Still in the lab working. I got an idea I want to run by you.
Okay.
So yeah,
that's cool. I got an idea I want to run by y'all too. So that works out.
That has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It's me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me, the Aaron Mack. And just as would have said today, y'all. We are signing out. Love y'all.
Peace, love y'all. See y'all next week.